Hi, my name is Leah Day, and welcome to this video with a free motion quilting project. Today I want to share with you not a design and not any really quilting tutorial, but instead some ideas for working through a rut. I'm in a rut with Express Your Love, and I think it's a good thing that I'm admitting this and being honest about it, because I could continue to stitch videos out on Duchess Reigns and just pretend that I'm not avoiding the subject, but the simple fact is, when I hung up the black whole cloth version of Express Your Love, I just found that I wasn't exactly pleased with it. And here's a photo of what this quilt is looking like right now. As for what is bothering me about this quilt top, mostly it's the words. I wanted this quilt to be Express Your Love, to be an expression of my love to my family, and by reflection myself, and also the whole world. In sharing videos, in teaching quilting, I share that love every single week. But the problem is the words just didn't end up looking the way I wanted them to. And there's more than one way of putting words on a quilt, but when I put the second row of words in, it started looking very busy and very chaotic to me, and that is not what I'm going for. Now, with any particular quilt, whenever you need to kind of pay attention to your mood and your attitude about it. And this is how UFOs form, is when you look at something or you think about a project and you just go, I'm not into that. I'm not wanting to work on that. And that is an indication something's going on with that project that is unsettling you, and you need to stop and think about that. You need to stop what you're doing and figure out what's going wrong. Figure out that emotion, whatever reaction you're getting, dig into it. Don't be afraid of it. It's really easy, and I did this myself, and this is why I'm sharing this video with you. You know, it's really easy to just kind of take a step back and just go, oh, I'll work on something else right now. And not really go there with your emotions and dig into why you don't feel good about that project. Because it can be uncomfortable. The answer can be uncomfortable. Especially if the answer is, well, I stitched the wrong design, or I stitched that the wrong way, or that was the wrong thread color. And the idea of ripping all that out is impossible. It's not going to happen. You're not going to go in there and rip it out. So, while it's uncomfortable to stop and feel those emotions and dig into it and potentially admit to yourself something that's seriously upsetting you, it will definitely help you to move through that space, that difficult, tricky situation, figure out what it is, and then fix it so you like your quilt. That's the end result we're going for. That's what you need to do in order to have a project you're happy with. So in looking at my version of Express Your Love, I realized that the issue is those sections with words. And I need to figure out a way of fixing that. And I'm going to be discussing different methods over the next couple of videos. But another thing that's bothering me is those areas around the orange rays. I want to figure out what filler to use around those areas. And I want to go on ahead and pick the colors for her hair and her body, so that way I kind of have a game plan going forward and I can take the chaos out of this equation. So how did I come to these realizations? Well, the first thing I did was I took a photo of Express Your Love, and I took the photo on my iPad, but you absolutely don't have to have an iPad. I think just taking a photograph, digital camera, print out a copy of it in color so you see the colors that you've chosen for your quilt, and carry it around with you for no less than 1 week. Carry it around with you everywhere, and every time that you're sitting, doing handwork, or maybe chatting on the phone, open that photo and look at it. And this is what I did. I had it on my iPad, so every time I was sitting on the couch, every time I was just chilling, doing something with my husband, making dinner, I'd put that photo up so I could look at it and I could stare at it. And why am I doing that? Why am I torturing myself with this image I'm not liking? And the answer is simple. I need to see it to try and dig into what is really bothering me about it. Because, I look at her face and her hair and her body, and that isn't upsetting me. I look in the background and I start to feel uncomfortable, and I look into those sections of words and I'm pissed. So that let me know immediately what is making me angry about this quilt, what needs to be fixed. So I hope that that helps you when you're feeling uncomfortable about any particular project. Move into that level of uncomfortability. Move into that emotion. You have to sit with it, and you have to be uncomfortable for a little while. And then the answers will start to come. Sometimes they'll come in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, I'm laying in bed, and all of a sudden, oh, I need to cover up that section. I need to paint it. I need to do something to make that disappear, to make that less chaotic. The answer sometimes will be to do an extra step. It might be to rip something out. But I'm leaning more and more to never ripping, simply because it's so time consuming. What I stitch in 5 minutes will take 5 hours to rip. And that is frustrating. I don't like ripping. I don't like spending my time doing that. So my kind of interest and my goal is to now find ways of fixing an issue without ripping. Cover it up, paint it, figure out something, some way of making it what I want. So I hope that this video has helped you see that perfection does not come to someone who's been quilting for a long time. I've been quilting since 2005, and I make mistakes. I rush into a quilt without a plan, and I usually end up getting burned, just simply because midway through I stop and there's so many questions to ask and so many questions to answer, and I don't have those answers. And it takes more time and more planning and more figuring out to figure out how to get what I want. And that's a struggle. So understand that this is always a continual learning process. But if there's something that you don't like about your quilt, stop and sit with it. Be uncomfortable for a little while. And I promise you will figure out exactly what you need to do in order to make it better. So my name is Leah Day, and this has been a video for the Free Motion Quilting Project. Find more videos on Express Your Love and how I'm going to fix this in the next coming weeks at freemotionproject.com. Until next time, let's go quilt.